Welcome to Envisioned Broadcasting. Envisioned Broadcasting, the station designed to encourage, equip, and empower you for growth and success. An affiliate of Direct Impact Broadcasting and Creative Broadcasting, presenting the EmPower Hour with Jaresha, a show that shares the stories behind the journeys of leaders, influencers, and motivators. The EmPower Hour with Jaresha begins now.
Welcome to EmPower Hour with Jaresha. I am your host, Jaresha Moore. A little bit about myself. I am a best-selling author with over 18 years of combined experience in education, finance, healthcare, business development, and sales. Owner and founder of EmPower on Purpose, LLC, where we provide leadership training as well as personal and professional development training. Certified coach, speaker, and trainer with the John Maxwell team, and owner of Envisioned Broadcasting radio station, or EB Radio. So I'm really excited because we are officially on or in the Apple Store. So you can not only download the EB Radio app in the Google Play Store, but you can download the app in the iTunes Store as well, or the Apple Store as well. So be sure to go and download the app so you can listen to music and talk radio 24/7 that's designed to empower you. So you guys know that on Wednesdays, we're really excited because it is truly all about empowerment. And for our quote today, it simply says, it says, see things in the present, even if they are in the future, by Larry Ellison. Now, I truly will say that we absolutely love quotes around here because we know they're designed to empower, motivate, and inspire us to be great and live in our greatness. And I truly believe that this quote by Larry Ellison is doing just that. So let me repeat that one more time. See things in the present, even if they are in the future. That is so good. That is so good. I need you guys to really hear this and get this deep down within. So that means that you need to see yourself writing that book and becoming that best-selling author. You need to see yourself in that business making six figures or more in an economy that is in a crisis. That's pretty much saying that there's no way for that to happen. You need to see yourself speaking at that conference. You need to see yourself finishing that degree. See yourself starting that business. And see yourself buying that house. All of these things may not happen today. But we know that there's a possibility that those things can happen tomorrow if you visualize them. So let's talk about visualization. Visualization helped me finish my graduate degree. It helped me start my business and this radio show and the platform. You have to truly believe that whatever that thing is, you have to see it and believe that it is going to happen and it's going to manifest in your life. Listen, let me tell y'all something. If you were to write yourself a check for $10 million, and let's say you dated 5 years out, and do you really think that you would receive $10 million on that date? Now, many of us wouldn't. We would probably say we wouldn't receive this without some kind of corresponding action or attention. But a simple act of visualization, like this could truly, shockingly be powerful in lining up our activities, our motivation, and our subconscious to make things like this happen. And let me tell you, I asked you guys that question about if you would write yourself a check for $10 million, because let me tell you who actually did just that. Actor Jim Carrey. He did just that. He wrote himself a check, and in 5 years went from struggling to literally receiving a $10 million contract just as he targeted. Now, I know you guys are like, wait, did I hear her correctly? But yes, Jim Carrey, he's also known as The Mask, and I know him as Ace Ventura. He wrote himself, he pulled out his checkbook, wrote himself a check for $10 million and put on there for acting services rendered, and then dated it 5 years out. At this time, let's just set the tone. At this time when he did that, he was broke and struggling as an actor. But guess what he did? He visualized the success he wanted. And, Jim Carrey is not the only famous star that really believes in visualization. We have Oprah Winfrey, Steve Harvey, and Will Smith are just a few who truly believe in vision boards and believe that we must visualize our success way before that success actually happens. So some of you guys listening right now, let's just be honest with ourselves. We need to put our dreams and goals on paper and create those vision boards to start seeing things now that you want in the future. And we know that in order for us to achieve anything in our life, that it all starts with our mindset. Your mindset has to be right. Your mindset has to be so right. Oh, my goodness, before you can go for any goals and achieve success. But visualization is one of the most effective tools to help you get your mind right. So I really want you guys to really hear this deep down within and start today with practicing that visualization. And don't forget to put in the work, because that's really, really important. And you will truly, truly be able to enjoy the success when all those things that you've been visualizing and using visualization, it will start to finally manifest. Okay, guys, so I'm super, super excited to share with all of the amazing people listening. I have a really, 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 really special guest this evening, and I'm so excited to welcome Ebony D. Davis. A little bit about Ebony. Ebony D. Davis, also known as the Mom Enthusiast, has an undeniable love for serving others and performing the works of God. She is a single mother to a boy prince whom she believes and brags that is because of him and the mercy and grace of Jesus Christ that she has stepped into her calling of mentoring single mothers by telling her story. Ebony is a praise and worship dancer, founder of Journey to Recovery from an Abandoned Pregnancy, which is a phenomenal mentorship program that brings emotional and mental healing to single mothers who have or are experiencing an abandoned pregnancy by using the medicines of prayer, meditation, and journaling. Ebony D. Davis is an upcoming author who tells her story through her first book, The Gift of Pain, Persevere Through an Abandoned Pregnancy, which will be released on November 27, 2020. Ebony represents the gift of single motherhood through her clothing line, JED Designs. Ebony D. Davis can be described as being down-to-earth, warm, straight, no chaser, love people openly and endlessly. She greets people with hugs, laughter, and fun, unforgettable personality without a doubt. And please visit Ebony's website at www.iamebonyd.com. I am so excited to have Ebony on the show this evening. Hello, Ebony. How are you this evening?
Jay, I am phenomenal. How are you?
I am absolutely amazing. And I just shared some of your amazing, simply amazing bio. So if you could just share a little bit more about yourself and what you do.
Yes, Jay. Yes. Thank you so much again. It's just such an honor. And every time I hear about me, I say, is that me? Is that really me? Because just to be all the way real, give you a little bit about me. I'm born and raised in a city my whole life. I've always dreamed big, always had big goals, always loved people, God and my son. I'm a happy single mother to a young boy who is now 4 years old. I love sports. Kevin Durant, by the way, hands down, is my favorite ball player. I don't care where he go, what team he hop on or hop out of, I'm riding the whole way. I also just, I wasn't always a girly girl. I was always a tomboy, so I enjoyed my sweatpants, my kicks, chilling, relaxing, and I adapted the name Mommy Enthusiast when I became a mother. When I became a mother, I found out how much work it is being a mother. Like, it's really a full-time job. And I take my hat off to those mothers, wives, coaches, cheerleader, moms, soccer moms. You do everything else on top of having to be an example for your child, making sure you discipline them, and on top of that, giving love. Now, I only have one. Some have multiple. And just to be able to spread that love over all of their children is phenomenal to me. So I love mothers 100%. We wear so many hats. Our time, we don't get a lot of time to ourselves, but because we always commit into our children or to the responsibilities that we have now. And I also, because, like, mothers do a lot of work without no pay. Like, we love our kids. Yeah, we love our kids, but we're really not getting paid for it. It's a love, but we don't get paid for it. I currently empower women, more specifically mothers, to be the best version of themselves while healing mentally and emotionally.
Yes, that is so good. Yes, that is so good. So I love the fact that, because I am from one single mom to the next, I understand about having to wear these multiple hats at one time. Oh, my goodness. It is truly, for all the single moms out there that is listening, it is truly, when we say the struggle is real, the struggle is real. It is really a challenge. But it's so, it comes with so many benefits, as being a mom. So I truly understand, just the whole juggle of wearing so many hats as a mom. And I love the fact that you are empowering, mothers to be a better version of themselves. I can truly say that I know so many mothers who truly need to have that empowerment, that support. And honestly, I wish I could say that, we have just an outpouring of that support, but we really don't have an outpouring of that support. So it's pretty amazing when you meet someone that has that mission and, it's really working hard towards empowering those mothers to be that better version of themselves. Because I truly feel like, hands down, we definitely need that. So at what point would you say in your life you were like, you know what, I absolutely want to start my own business?
Jay, that is another great question. And with that, the scripture that comes to mind is Matthew 20:16. So the last will be first, and the first last. For many are called, few are chosen. So to answer your question, I didn't choose business. I didn't choose entrepreneurship or even mentorship. I was chosen. Because, see, if you look at it like this, there are small hints that show up in your life when you're called to have your own business and be an entrepreneurship. And such things as you're a bad employee. You may make it to work on time the first few weeks because you're excited. You're meeting new people. It's a new job. It's a new feeling. But because it's not really where you're supposed to be, you get burnt out faster than people who are supposed to be employees. Now, if you have a big voice, if you're creative, if you're at work and you got all these other ideas downloading into your soul and you can't really concentrate on work, and if you're a risk taker, I'm a risk taker. I really don't mind starting from the bottom now here in my Drake voice. I don't mind. Because I believe in myself 100%. Then I said, Lord, come on now. I just want to be like everybody else. I know. Why can't I get a job, keep a job, love a job, grow, and become wealthy? I noticed I was a bad employee in 2018 for the most part. I guess I was in denial all these other years. Strive to climb the corporate ladder, worked for Fortune 500 companies, try to find myself, but unhappy, satisfied, all of that. And the key, though, the main key, Jay, is I wanted more. When you get that paycheck at the end of 2 weeks, and you see all those taxes that sliced out, then you have your insurance that took majority of them, and you're like, I went to work 80-plus hours, and this is all I got? This is all I got. Now it can create, it can make sure you got a roof over your head. You may be able to buy nice clothes. You may even be able to live in a nice area, but is it going to really create that lifestyle that you want? So I have to say, I did not choose entrepreneurship or business. I was chosen. Now
that is so good. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then when I really realized what my issue was, because I wasn't aligned, I said, okay, it's go time. It's go time. Now I just got to figure out what it's going to be. So that's it, Jay. That, and I was like I said,
that's
in
so
2000 when I realized it.
That's so good, though, because, oh, my goodness, I cannot tell you how, that just really spoke to me. That is truly a word. So, those that are listening, that is truly a word when you are in these corporate jobs, 9 to 5, and not saying that you just need to go out there and just be like, you know what, I'm done. But you can feel it, deep down in your, in your spirit, I guess, if you will, if you're feeling that sense of fulfillment, if you want something, you want more. Oh my goodness, that is, and I truly hope that those that are listening that are entrepreneurs, I know that they can identify with this. You can truly identify. I feel like entrepreneurship is truly a ministry, especially if you're in the lane of your business is your purpose, then deep down, like, yes, as you said, you're like, you know what, I know that this is, I need to be doing something more. You felt it. And when you have that, it's hard to work with somebody else. So I truly, yes, because I feel like we need to be living in our greatness. And oftentimes that greatness does not mean that you need to clock in and, on 9 to 5. So I'm with you. I'm like, yes, high five in the air. I am truly with you on that. I was like, oh, yes, you better say that word. Yes, absolutely. That is so good. So let's talk a little bit about your mentorship program, the Journey to Recovery from an Abandoned Pregnancy. Tell us a little bit more about that and what it entails.
Yes. So my mentorship is my baby. It's so dear to me because this was developed through my own journey of experiencing abandoned pregnancy. And for those who are not familiar with what an abandoned pregnancy is, it's when the child's father is like, I'm good. Like, it was fun. I had a good time with you, but a baby? Now, I don't want no parts of that. I'm good. So in my situation, that's kind of how it played out. And I found myself on the other side. I went from being single, parlaying, doing my thing, having a good time, to pregnant by myself. Then I got to figure out this whole motherhood thing. I got to figure. I didn't even know how to change a diaper. I didn't know anything. So, but on top of not knowing anything, I was mentally and emotionally distraught. Like, how could someone who I gave my all to tell me he don't want to be bothered at this time in my life? So I began to work on myself when I finally realized it was something better, something greater. I wanted to get out of this deep, dark hole of being pitiful, feeling rejection. I just wanted the pain to go away. So as I caught up on my father, who I did turn my back on, he started downloading in me how to pick myself up and really, really nurse myself back to life. So then that's when Journey to Recovery from Abandoned Pregnancy was born. Because I said, you know what? I know there's people out there who need this. Mm-hmm. So in my mentorship, it's a 6 to 12-month program. We dive deep into those feelings, those emotions. We uncover strongholds, strong mental holds, strong emotional holds. What are you holding on to that's keeping you in this season? What hold does your child's father have on you that makes you think you are not strong enough to do this by yourself until the right king comes along? So we prepare them to just get all of these emotions off of them and then learn how to love themselves. Now, Jay, the hardest thing to do once you've been rejected is to love yourself. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, so if he didn't want me, who's going to want me? Or why wasn't I good enough? Or what could I have done better? So now you're thinking you're the issue. No. There is an issue, and we will get to the bottom of it. So that's what it's about. I'm very passionate about discovering what it is. What is it on your mental that's holding you back? What are your emotions? Please tell me. Open up, because in this time we don't open up. So that's what it's about. I'm very passionate about it. And, I get in the mud with my clients. I get in the mud with them, Jay.
That's good, because I truly believe that, so many women out here have, either experienced this or are experiencing it, and they need to have someone to turn to, someone to help them recognize, as you mentioned, those pain points and how to move and push through it. What is really keeping them into those strongholds. So I definitely think that's good, and you can definitely feel the passion for this, in your voice. You can definitely feel it. So that's truly amazing. And I can't say, more, that I definitely think that it's so good to have, someone, such as yourself that's able to empower these mothers. I just think about some of the things that I went through because I can say that I was one that actually, went through a similar situation, and there's so many emotions that we go through, from the anger, from the, as you mentioned, just the rejection that may be there, but for me, it was like the anger, and just keep coming back to the anger and the anger. And, it's like, how do you get past that anger, when you when you potentially have to either, a lot of the mothers are still dealing with the fathers on some level that may either say, yes, okay, well, I've abandoned, but guess what, I'm coming back. Or, so there's so many different situations. And so there's so many different women that's out there that's experiencing some of that pain, and still experiencing that pain. And so I really think it's so good for you to have mentorships, programs that can truly help them. So I would love to, segue this into you sharing more about your book that will be released. Tell us more about your book, if you could.
Yes. So my book, Gift of Pain, Persevere Through an Abandoned Pregnancy. So about this book now, I didn't even know this book was ever going to be born. I had no idea. When this book came about, I was actually, as we discussed, at heart, I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm all about trying to figure out how to get that bag. And one time I spoke with my sister, and I'm like, hey, sister, I have this great idea. And she looked at me and said, that ain't it. So I said, that's not it. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. So I get angry. I said, you know what? Go ahead. I let her leave my home, and I'm angry because you are not supporting me on the dream that I wanted to do. But then as I sat down, I got out of my feelings, because when you're in your feelings, you don't think logically. So I sat down. I said, okay, let me quit acting like I'm two. Let me see. Let me try to evaluate this. So then as it came on, she as time went on, I said, she's right. She said, you need to start writing about the pain that you're experiencing, because you're not all the way healed yet. And once you start writing, you'll see there are more things that can be healed, more emotion. I said, and because she has overcame those obstacles of pain through writing, I agreed to it. After I agreed to it, Gift of Pain was birthed. And Gift of Pain is based when it talks about me and my child's father, the good, the bad, the ugly, from when, we was just two lovebirds, we loved each other, to, it's bad, we enemies. So, okay, now I'm single and pregnant, and I got to figure this thing out. Then it goes to, God is good. He saved me again. He saved me after I told him it's his fault that I'm experiencing this abandoned pregnancy. So in this abandoned pregnancy, I found gift. I found a gift of pain. There were so many gifts inside of all of this mess that was going on. That is when my book was birthed. So anyone who reads this book is going to understand that even though you have pain, there's purpose. And if you keep digging, I promise you will find a treasure of gold. So it's really a lot of laughter, love, ups, downs in this book, a little roller coaster, but it's really a great book. It's a great book, Jay. I love it, love it, love it.
Absolutely, and I love it, love it, love it. I'm with you, and I'm looking forward to when it is released, when it launches. I love the fact that you said that, after having that conversation with your sister. And, of course, you say you had to, get out of your feelings a little bit. And I definitely feel like we have to sometimes, get out of our feelings. But you started writing to then, and through that process, you were able to heal through your pain. And truly your story, your gift, your gift of pain is going to help so many countless women out there. Oh my goodness, it's really going to help. And I truly, I'm really happy that your sister, empowered you and really encouraged you to start writing so that you can share your story. Yes, that's truly amazing. And I'm looking forward to, actually getting your book and once it launches. So I'm really excited about that, because as I shared, with you before, I know so many women who definitely need to read your story, who need to see that they're not the only ones that is going through what they're going through. And it truly makes a difference when you are not on this, in this world going through this by yourself. Oh my goodness, it truly makes a huge difference. So that's truly amazing. So I want to shift just a little bit and talk more about the entrepreneur and business side of things. So if you were to, say, what would you say would be your least favorite and and most favorite part about your business?
Okay, so the least favorite part about my business, Jay, is really witnessing how many single mothers there are, how many times, and sometimes it happens over and over and over and over again. And sometimes there are women who are pregnant again after 3 or 4 times, and you still have not found the one that's going to stick and stay, and it's all because you didn't break the stronghold. You're just going after the same type of guy, just a different face. So the least favorite is seeing that men are okay with walking away and leaving the mother there. But my favorite part is that I can help. Like, I have a tool that can help you be the best version of you. And you don't have to be like me and wait months. You don't have to be like me and isolate yourself. You don't have to be like me and cry all night, every day. You don't have to be like me but don't want to eat, but you eat because the doctor said you have to eat to keep the baby healthy. Because why? You have support. I love being able to support these women and being able to tell them, like, you are going to make this. You are going to make it through because I did. So as far as my business specifically, that is my favorite part. But in business in general, my least favorite part, now, is having to show up on social media daily, several times a day, just so people just so you stay visible. So if you do your research, like, you gotta stay visible. You like, hold on, wait, what? How am I supposed to even consult anyone if I gotta be visible? Hold that thought. Let me get visible real quick, and I'll be right back with you. No. Right. So if you don't have a scheduler like I said, you know what? I'm going to figure this out. I'm a problem solver. So I got to act. And I start writing things that my content down on Sunday. I plan it on Sunday. So it shows up through the week. Am I just clicking on my phone or laptop? No, I'm not. Thank you, later app. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jay, yes. And then my favorite thing in business in general is networking and collaborating. Like, I love meeting new people. I love bouncing ideas off of each other. I love people's energy. Like, when you connect with someone that got that boss energy, you're going to come with some boss energy for sure. You're going to come with it.
Mm-hmm. It makes a difference, doesn't it? It's just something about when you can connect with someone and their energy matches yours, or it may be a little bit, higher. It's like, oh, this is it. This is a great connection. Yes, it is a great connection. So I definitely agree with that 100% in everything that you mentioned, even as far as the social media pieces, because, we all know that as an entrepreneur, you wear so many hats, and you have to wear the social media hats and, like you said, be invisible. And it's, if you do not take anything else from this tonight, please make sure you listen. As Ebony has shared, you need to have a scheduler. You need to listen. Those tools and resources are available for us for a reason. So absolutely, that's pretty awesome. And I thank you for sharing those amazing parts of the business that, you love, and that is, some of them that's maybe just, our least favorite parts of the business. So if there was one thing that you wish you could actually change, or not necessarily change, but one thing that you wish you had known when you started the business, what would that be?
So that's a good question, Jay. So I wish that I would have known that there is no playbook. There is no step-by-step. Now, you might can Google a few things, because Google tell you everything. Now, but Google will also direct you from this page to this page to this, and you're all over the place. It's trial and error. And so, when you are an employee, it's all laid out for you. You got your handbook, code of conduct, dress code, when the executives is coming in, and lunchtime. You have all of that. But when you are an entrepreneur, you are in control of that. And I literally wasted a few thousands of dollars and a whole lot of time trying to figure out how to put all the pieces together. So this is what your girl did. I'm a problem solver. Your girl broke down and happily paid coaches. Hey, I need help.
Yes.
I have something so amazing. I don't know how to launch it. And I broke down, paid the coach, keep a coach on my team, keep a mentor on my team, because I need that to help me get to my next level. Had I known at the beginning that I needed a coach, I would have started right off the bat with a coach and a mentor, just so I can get to where I want to get faster. Does that make sense, Jay?
Absolutely. That makes perfect sense. And I truly hope that, those that are listening, that right there is a really big nugget. If you are, because often when we start our businesses, we do have some struggles, and of course there's always going to be challenges. But having that coach and mentor, as you mentioned, as a part of your team, makes a huge difference and will truly help you level up and grow in your business. So that is a huge nugget. That is a huge nugget. Absolutely. Yes. Okay. So what would you say then, if you were to, just tell us what has been your biggest accomplishment for you up to this point?
Yes. So I always, like I said, listening to my bio is one thing that just really just, it's a humbling feeling because I had no idea I would be where I'm at today, because I planned for something different. Now, I would say as of right now, my biggest accomplishment is taking Ebony D, JED Design, that was just a T-shirt company that empowered us through words, affirmations, queen, prints, things of that nature, so that when you wear these clothes, you feel royal. Like nothing can bring you to a lower level. But even though it started as a T-shirt company, I have been able to take that idea and evolve. So I went from just a T-shirt company to now I have a mentorship program, to now I am an author. Went from an author to a best-selling author to keynote speaker. I have people requesting for me to speak. Now, the biggest accomplishment is I took one thing and I just monetized it. I stuck with it and monetized it, and I tell single mothers, but more specifically single mothers, is you have to have several streams of income. Because the moment one falls, you got something else that's still going hard. So I'm truly excited that in the couple of years that a few years I have been on this journey, I have really expanded my business. I've expanded it. So I'm excited for it. Like I said, Jay, I had no idea that I could even do that. I didn't even know I was capable of doing that. But your girl did it. I did.
Yes, yes, absolutely. That is the greatness that is within you. Yes, that's so good. That is so good. How you said you took one idea, okay? You took that one idea and you evolved it, and it was able to expand and grow. And I really feel like that's how you know that you are living in your purpose, because of, things will just start happening for you. As you mentioned, you are now, being called on to be keynote speakers and opportunities. I truly feel like God will just start opening those doors, for us when you are living in your purpose. So yes, and it could just start from one idea that you had no idea was going to take off to the level that it did. So yes, that is so good. And if they, again, this is another great nugget that you mentioned, is that multiple streams of income. My goodness, that is so important for those single moms, that's out there listening. And it's important for everybody, but at the end of the day, we know as single moms, we need to have multiple streams of income. Absolutely. So, absolutely. That is so good. So good. Okay, so good. Thank you so much for all of the nuggets that you're sharing this evening. So what is one daily task? And I know you've mentioned a couple of things as far as how you plan and, you're looking at your schedule and all that. But what is one daily task that you truly feel like you do to help you keep your life, a little bit simpler as an entrepreneur?
Yes. So what I do is I set goals. I'm very goal-oriented, and with those goals, I set time. So I set in the morning, I write my goals out of everything I want to accomplish for the day, and I not only do it for business, I do it for my home as well. And I don't sleep until I'm finished, until I finish everything. People measure success on different levels. I measure success on if I reach the goal that I set out for myself. It can be a small goal, as small as, okay, take the trash out at 10:30. That trash should not be sitting there at 10:31 because my goal was to have it out by 10:30. So to make sure I stay that I get everything done for the day and I'm accomplished, I'm not overwhelmed, I set goals. And when I tell you, I begin to see my business elevate. I begin to see my house stay in order. When I see that my mind is not cluttered, it's because I'm writing it down and I'm checking it off. So that's exactly what I do.
Yay. Yes, come on, setting goals. I love it. I absolutely love it. I am a huge advocate, and goal setter myself. So I absolutely love it in the checklist. So that is so good, and it's so important, as you mentioned, for growth and just being able to, elevate and continue to grow business and from a personal level as well. So early part of the show, I mentioned the empowerment quote for today, which is "See things in the present, even if they are in the future" by Larry Ellison. What does this quote mean to you?
When I heard that and I read that, because it just hit my soul, because it is so real to visualize where you want to be. You have to have a vision. If you don't have a vision, you're going absolutely nowhere, or you're going in circles. Now, what that means to me is you got to act as if it's happening today. You got to act as if it's happening today. For instance, I have a vision board. I have several. So one of my biggest vision board is on my wall. It does not go with anything in the room, in the house. Matter of fact, it's bright yellow because I want to see it, see me, see it. Like, we need to see each other. I have a vision board sitting there, and I walk past it. I have no choice but to see it. So on there it says that I want to be called to speak, not only be called to speak. I am paid this amount of money as a well-known speaker. Now, Jay, I've been called to speak already. I've been called to speak already. And it's not me. It's not me reaching out. It's they hear me, they see me. I gotta have her on this platform. Ebony, how do we get you here? So I think it's extremely important for you to know where you want to be and what you want to do. Put that on that vision board, and you act as if you operate as if it's happening today. That's what that quote means to me. And it was so powerful to me because that's what I try to do every day. But sometimes it's a small reminder, and it just reminded me, like, yes, keep doing that. Because I'm seeing my vision come to life. I'm seeing it, Jay. I'm seeing it.
Absolutely. I love that, and love vision boards as well. So I will tell you that, of course, the beginning of this year, we were, at least I was like super amped and excited. And, I'm like, come on, 2020, this is the year for growth and success. And then all of a sudden, you fast forward a few months in, here comes, COVID-19, Corona, or Rona, and I'm like, okay, what in the world is happening and going on? So, every one of us have been impacted in some kind of way by, the Rona, as I like to put it. And I would love it if you would just, share how, this COVID-19 has impacted you in your business.
Yes, so you are absolutely correct. It kind of threw a whammy at everyone, especially entrepreneurs. My mentorship was taking off. I'm doing really well, my mentorship program. And then when the corona hit, of course, everybody go into this fear. We're fearful now. We want to hold on and hoard everything we have because we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So with my mentorship program, the numbers start going down because with my particular clientele, single mothers, they have to be diligent on where they're spending their money and their budget. Life was so different. So then, but that was the downfall. But how it helped me was to go back and revamp because it's probably not going anywhere. And life as we knew it is not going to be the same. So it allowed me to have time to revamp, like, pricing structure or, structure as far as how long should they be in the program, or should I offer smaller sessions, and at a less expensive price. So it allowed me to revamp some things that I was able to launch, and I'm starting to see the numbers increase. And then, but even though the mentorship side kind of took a downfall, with my health and wellness business, it hit the chart, took off running.
Mm-hmm.
So many people were scared. They want to be healthy. They put their health off for so long, and now all of a sudden they're like, oh, no, I got to be healthy. So when I say my health and wellness business is doing amazing, it's doing amazing. So the corona has impacted me good and bad, but my former mentor says, you never lose. You either win or learn. So even with the corona, people look as if, I'm losing money, I'm losing clients, but I don't feel like that. I don't feel that way. I'm either winning one way or I'm learning how to restructure, revamp, and adapt. So
absolutely. That's so good. That's so good. And I thank you so much for sharing that, because I feel like, so many people are either on one side or the other, whether it's just impacted them in such a huge, like a really negative way, or they're just like over here just winning, so, it's very much, so I definitely think that, it's just nice to hear how it has impacted, you in your business. And I'll tell you that I heard it, best. I think it was one day this week that someone actually shared that, we should not be calling this a pandemic. We need to call it a plan-demic. And I was like, you better say that. I was ready to throw something at them like you say pandemic. Come on, pandemic, because that's exactly what this is, okay? If you're not planning how you can level up, then you are definitely missing that mark. So that's so good. That's so good. So one of the things that write it down. Absolutely. One of the things that I truly love asking, all of the amazing guests that come on the show is if they could share just one piece of advice that could give, the listeners, or I should say, or that they could give our listeners on how they can empower their own growth and success journey, what would that advice be?
Yeah, so what I would tell them is, that we are not perfect and we don't know everything. So we have to take that time to be willing. We have to be coachable and learn from others. Now, the other thing I will tell them is that cultivate your mind. Be very careful what you allow to be stored in your mind. What I do is I always listen to people who's either going to uplift me or inspire me. Like, for instance, Jay, you're amazing. Every day I get up and I get on Instagram, I'm looking at your page, and I get inspired every day. And then I also like Sarah Jakes Roberts, Nadine Raphael, Latrice Ryan, my pastor. These are people who just drop a word or they plant a seed in my head, and then that allows me to, it just helps me to grow more, because when I'm going through in the business, they might have said something that gets me back on track. So it is extremely important that we guard our minds as entrepreneurs, because you're going to have those who tell you, no, you can't do it. No, you will not be successful. You have a stupid idea. But then you have to make sure you're listening to those who said you can be all that you are called to be if you just have the faith of a mustard seed. So I just tell people, just be very mindful of who you're around and what you are allowing to be deposited into your mind.
Yes, That is such good advice. Thank you so much for sharing that amazing, amazing advice. So I know we, talked about a little bit as far as, your book that's going to be launching November 27th. Could you share, is there anything else that you have coming up on, the horizon that you want to share?
Yes. So right now what I have coming up is, you know what, Jay, a lot of it is really just accepting and indulging in where I've come so far. All the accomplishments I've already have. Like a lot of us don't take time to pat ourselves on the back because we think we should be a lot further than where we are, not realizing we done came from a long way. So I plan on just loving on me, and really, patting myself on the back. On top of that, my launch party will be here soon. My official launch party will be in November. I'm also working on every day launching my nonprofit business for single mothers. With that, I'm going to drop a few things that we're going to teach them. It's how to change tires, how to change your own oil, how to cook healthy meals, how to, self-defense, those things that we feel we need a man around to do. And I'm not saying don't have a man, because we're not meant to be alone, but you want the right man for you. You want a king. So we're going to teach them how to make sure they're self-sufficient to where they're not settling just for anybody and anything. So I'm truly excited about continuing to empower and continue to evolve. But that's what I have coming up. So your girl is extremely busy. Jay, I look at my calendar sometimes and I say, am I famous yet? Is this what famous people do? They ever have time to go. So, but yes, that's what's coming to me, and I'm extremely excited about everything. And God be the glory, because He opened up these doors for me through my pain, through the pain that I was going through.
And He is going to continue to open up those doors. You are truly, truly, truly amazing. And I, just want to say thank you so much for sharing your amazing story and journey. How can we stay connected with you and support your efforts?
Yes, so you can you can follow me on Instagram at I am Ebony D. You can follow me on Facebook at I am Ebony Davis. You can learn about my story and everything that I offer at my website at iamebonyd.com. And for those who, you're kind of on the back, you're really not sure if you want to meet me or connect with me just yet, but you need healing, you can download your free gift of emotional healing at iamebonyd.com/free gift and start working on healing. I cannot tell you enough. You cannot move forward if you do not heal. You have to heal mentally and emotionally before you can get all that God has for you.
That is so good. Oh, this has been truly amazing. You are, as I said, you are truly amazing. And you have shared some truly amazing nuggets this evening. I hope that everyone had their notebook and pen out, because you were dropping them all evening long. Absolutely. So, again, I thank you for being on the show this evening, because, you've just been absolutely amazing. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Jay. You are amazing, everyone. Thank you again for all that you do.
Oh, you're so welcome. So welcome. So it has truly been an amazing show. I thank you so much for tuning in to today's show with my special guest, Ebony D. Davis. Ebony shared her amazing story and journey to encourage, equip, and empower you for growth and success. If you are interested in being a guest on this show, starting your own show or podcast, email envisioned@empoweronpurpose.com. Please tune in next week where you will hear an amazing story and journey from another leader, influencer, and motivator. EV Radio is the station that brings you music and talk radio that will encourage, motivate, and empower you for growth and success 24/7. EB Radio is your station for empowerment.
Thank you for listening to the EmPower Hour with Jaresha, where Jaresha speaks with leaders, influencers, and motivators who share their journeys in personal and professional growth, empowerment tips, lessons learned, and keys of success that will empower you to be your best self. Follow Jaresha on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Jaresha Moore, and visit EmpowerOnPurpose.com. And remember to be intentional and be empowered, and have a great day on purpose.